How to become wealthy as a 9 to 5 worker. Hi, good evening. Welcome to today's live session. Today is day 5 of 365 days of sharing value here on YouTube. And in today's video, we'll be talking about how, as a 9 to 5 worker, you can still be wealthy. Yes, we know that everybody is talking about the rat race, the rat race, the rat race. You can never be wealthy as as a 9 to 5 worker, as an employer. You must be an entrepreneur. Yes, it's true. But let me also tell you, not everybody are meant to be entrepreneur. They're supposed to be the hewers of wood. They're supposed to be the fetchers of water to balance up the economy. Okay, so you that's a 9 to 5 worker, you don't need to feel too bad. No, you don't need to feel too bad. For instance, it's just like a launching pad to the other phase of your life. So for the time being that you're there, you can still be wealthy, you can still live well, you can still maintain a good standard of living and not become pressured and be living from paycheck to paycheck. So there's actually a way why you are there as a launch pad to your next level. You can still live your best life. So that is the essence of this live streaming tonight. So I want to share with you some secrets that you can apply so that you can become comfortable. Why am I saying this? I worked the 9 to 5 for 10 years. So I made a lot of mistakes, and I don't want you to make that mistake. If you're still there, I want you to learn from my mistake. That is the essence of me coming live here to share some of my stories and some of my experience. I want you to learn from it. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, this is the right time to do so. And please do where to hit the share button, get the link, and share it to 5 of your contacts, because when we are many, the envy is less. If everybody knows this, everybody will succeed at the same time. That being said, let's go over to the business of the day. How can you be wealthy? Why, as a 9 to 5 worker? How can you utilize that opportunity, that golden opportunity? Because it's an opportunity to utilize. If you don't utilize it and you're caught in the web or caught in the trap, you may not find it easy to come out, because it's just like an addiction. You take one today, take one tomorrow, before you know, it becomes an habit and you cannot break free from it. But if you're informed that, see, take a watch, look out, you'll be able to know the right steps to take at every point in time. And when it's time to come out, you'll be able to come out without burning your fingers. So the first thing we are going to look at today is the place of savings. It can never be overemphasized. It can never be overflogged. Is an ancient principle, and it keeps working from generation to generation. In fact, it's a biblical principle of life. It started when Joseph discovered this principle and showed it to the people of Egypt. And Egypt finally became the center of civilization in the then time. So it's as old as Egypt. Saving is a life-saving skill. You have to develop it, no matter how small or how little your salary is. You can devote some percentage of it for saving. Let it be a habit. Start developing it from this January. Before March, it will become something that your body has adjusted to. Yes, you can actually learn yourself into anything and learn yourself out of any habit you have formed over time, no matter how long you have had that habit. It's just about discipline, right? It's about discipline. So the first step here to work your way towards being wealthy, even while you're a 9 to 5, is to start saving. I usually recommend 30% of your salary. 30% every month. Set it aside. Put it in an account that doesn't have an ATM, doesn't have a credit card, doesn't have a means for you to bring out that cash. Like, is a particular savings account. In my organization, then we call it a target savings account. You have a target, okay? You just keep putting the money there until what you want to use it for has accomplished. So saving is very important. Now, here is another idea I want to share with you. Then, while I was working, at some intervals of time, let me, like 2 years of every 2 years is like an appraisal period to evaluate what you have done all through, to see if you can remain in your level or you go to the next corporate ladder, right? Yes, so it calls for appraisal. And sometimes these appraisals comes with bonuses, right? So many of us, when we receive these bonuses, what do? We immediately raise our standard of living to come and meet up that extra cash that have been added to us. Thereby, we start, our expenses rise up immediately, our cost of living rise up, our everything about us have been elevated. Wow, new level. Let me shock you. If you know you want to be wealthy as a 9 to 5, that is a golden opportunity. In fact, that is a gold that have landed in your hand that you're supposed to utilize so well. What are you supposed to do? Still assume that you are still on the previous salary level. See, your body have adjusted to that one 30%, 30%. Still assume that you are on that previous salary level. Then whatever comes the next month, which is now your promoted figure or so, that excess on top, still remove it and add it to your savings, and still work your 30% on the remaining, as if it's your normal salary. Don't be happy that, oh, they have increased. No, that excess, even if it's 20,000, be happy that you're going to have extra 20,000 in your savings account where you're going to be putting aside. Then still see yourself that you are working, you're still on your old balance, on your old salary rather. I beg your pardon. Okay. By so doing, you have a lot of money to put aside for your emergency fund. And that means when others are crying, I've spent, overspent, when is last salary, you're not better off, because you have a reservoir of fund kept for you to live your life the way you want to do. You can still do your vacation, you can still buy what you want to afford, because you're saving for it, you're budgeting, you're being very careful while you're trying to spend that money, so that you don't burn all your bridges. Okay, so that's one, saving. And when there's increment of salary, what do? See yourself that you're still earning the previous salary, and still work your way towards putting that excess in your emergency fund. Then the third way you can be wealthy while still a 9 to 5 is by doing collaboration. That opportunity you have there, all everybody in that your organization, all of your colleagues, all of you are sure of something. Your salary is sure at the end of the month, is a sure guarantee. Okay, even when banks want to give you loan, they give you loan based on you have something that brings in income, is predictable. The income that your salary pays you is predictable every month. It comes at a particular day of the month, so it can easily be predicted. So having that as a background, you can broker a collaboration deal with your colleagues. People can be 5, 10, 6, as the case may be, that have the same interest. People can come together and say, come, let us, since our salary is predictable and it's coming on a certain day of the month, can we organize ourselves together and set aside maybe 50% of our salary, and one person will have it for that month, the next month another person has it, and so on and so forth, so that we can use it to achieve those goals we have for the year or for the month or for the quarter, as the case may be. That's fine. By so doing, if you have a good advisor, you can purchase landed properties, you can get a business started, you can register a business, you can start somewhere, have another source of income. And maybe when you get from this your colleagues plus the one you've already had saved before now, wow, it will be enough. Because one of the things then, when I was working, one of the things that held me so back was, I thought of starting a business, but I was thinking of the large amount of money that is involved. That then 1 million naira then is like 4 to 5 million naira now. Okay, I was like, how it's going to cost me 1 million? When am I going to raise 1 million from my how much salary? Salary that's not even up to $100 or so. How am I going to raise that huge amount of money for me to start up that business? So that has always been a factor. And it was even later, when I started tilting towards the entrepreneurship world, I now learned that you can even start making money from other people's money. You don't need to, you don't need to break the bank to start looking for 1 million to start up a business. That was after I read Robert Kiyosaki's book. I learned that, oh, true, there's what they call OPM. Before now, I was thinking that I need huge amount of money to start up a business. So that thing scared the living daylight out of me. That made me still stay back. I was like, oh, I don't have 1 million naira. Even if you have the 1 million naira, you don't have the expertise, you don't have the skills. Because as at that time, I witnessed one of my colleagues. He tried to do that entrepreneurship lane. He took a bold step. Some customers that were in his network, he built a network, and they supported him with some money. I think he borrowed some money from them. I think that was the first mistake he made. You don't go borrowing to start up a business. No, you are bound to fail.
You don't borrow to start up a business. You're bound to fail, except you are already in the business. You understand the business, something you have tried over and over again, and you want to start up all over again. Fine, but your first business so far, you've not done anything. No, you can't borrow to start up a business. When they will come for you, you'll be under pressure. And businesses takes time to grow. It's not a quick scheme something. It's something that you have to give in your time, give in your energy, give in your attention for it to work out. So it may take you probably 3 to 4 5 years before you start receiving turnover, before you even break even. Okay, so now this my colleague, because he's still a 9 to 5 worker, his attention is here, his attention is there, so he was so divided, and there was no time for him to learn. There wasn't time for him to learn. A lot of persons just dabble into businesses without even learning about the business. So what am I expecting you to do? When you gather this money from your collaboration with your other colleagues, it could be to pay a coach, it could be to learn a skill, to know on investing, on stocks, on bond, on real estate, or whatever. You learn the skill to enable you do a better investment that will take you, that will last you long. Somebody, my colleagues did this. I'm saying it out of experience. This is what we used to do every year. We do contribution, maybe like four every quarter. You can just be 4 persons every month. One person will take the contribution. The next month, that quarter will end, we enter another quarter. For the next quarter of the year, this is how we'll be doing it. So gradually, even if it's a project that you started, you are very sure that, oh, by this time of the year, another money is coming in for me to now put into the business. And that is how you continue gradually. Over the time, you come up with something very tangible to show for your salary. Yes, because I know the lamentation at the end of the day. You spend 20, 30 years in the 9 to 5, and when you come out, you cannot even pinpoint that this is my house, or this is what I achieved, or this or that, because everything is going into solving problem that is not even enough. So that is why I'm bringing up this issue, this topic, so that you can learn how you can still create wealth even though you are in the 9 to 5. So another point I want to raise here is start a business, leverage on opportunities. Now is the internet era. There are 1,001 opportunities all abound in the internet. 1,001. That some of them don't even involve your money, like the AI stuff. You don't involve your money. With just your skill, your experience, you will be cashing out big time, more than someone that have been working for years in the corporate firm, or in the 9 to 5, or whatever, or an engineer, or a rig worker. You will be earning more than them just because you have a skill set. You have a mindset that you can make money. You're hungry, and you're willing, and you're coachable. Once you have these skills, money will be very close to you every time, every day. So starting up a business is also a way to become wealthy as a 9 to 5. You can have a side hustle. And be launching it alongside your 9 to 5, trying it out. Just any strategy and system you saw in your office, you can replicate it there. Just be trying it out until when the time has come that your side hustle is now paying you at least 50% of your salary. Good. It's not time for you to transition. Okay, you have to build a business. You have to utilize your time. Time is wealth, time is money, time, energy, attention. They are all currencies that you can use to trade in the business of life. So use your time judiciously to do things that are going to help you increase your income generating ability. Increase you. Invest in yourself. Develop yourself. Become someone that is so valuable that as people will even consult you, they will pay for your time. Because someone that is so valuable, so that people can pay for your time. You can be a consultant. You can be sharing your experience, your working experience on the internet. You can create a YouTube channel and be sharing your experience on the internet, and people will get connected to you. You can organize an online program to coach people. A lot of ways to earn money this period. Start a business. And you'll find out that that business will pay you heavily more than what you have been earning, because of maybe leverage system in place. Then have a product. That's last but not the least. No, it's not the last, the second to the last. Have a product. For you to be wealthy as a 9 to 5 worker, have a product. Some persons, while we're working, then though it's conflict of interest, but I just want to use it to buttress a point. Yes, they know that whenever we come into the office, nobody goes out again. Nobody goes out again. So what they do, what are those things that we used to send the cleaners to go and get for us? Maybe some little things. She will come with them. So that instead of the cleaners to be going out, she will be the one that will be making profit from those purchases. That's wisdom. Though it's not okay to do that because it's conflict of interest. You can't be working for your employer and you're inside your employer's premises and you're doing your business. No, it's not ethical. It's not ethical. Okay, we need to learn how to behave ourselves at every point in time. There should be laws and order. Well, in some places it's not obtainable, but I'm telling you the idea behind it, just like the idea of entrepreneurship. But you shouldn't do it in your 9 to 5. You should look for a creative way to go about that. Then last on my list is for you to be wealthy as an entrepreneur, as a 9 to 5er, you have to start thinking like your boss. You have to start thinking like your boss. How is your boss thinking? Your boss is a risk taker. Your boss is a strategic planner. He thinks out things. He gives targets. He makes sure you meet it up. A lot of things. Start studying your boss. Your boss is the real entrepreneur. For him to have employed you to come and help him pursue his dream, he is an entrepreneur. Study your boss. Study him. You'll be able to learn one or two. While you are there, you can still be learning. That place is a place for learning. A place for learning. A place for learning before it's now transcend into a place of earning. You have to learn codes, learn procedures, learn secrets, learn strategies, learn everything learnable, so that when you're not out, you can now use those skills and experiences to run your own business. And that's what is happening to me. All the discipline I received while I was in my 9 to 5, that is what I'm applying even now that I'm a momentpreneur. No matter how the task is, I must conquer, I must achieve it. No matter how the target, I must achieve it, because there is no room for excuse except you don't want to receive your salary. So that's how you too should hold yourself accountable, so that you build that discipline. You build that discipline to carry through with whatever you say you're going to do. So this is where we're going to stop for tonight on day 5 of 365 days of sharing value. I want you to watch out for day 6, which is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be showing life on your face again with massive value. Okay, so this is the time for you to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and copy the link and share to 5 of your contacts. Thank you very much for always supporting me. Thank you for always watching me. I'll promise to continue to bring value to your face as often as not. Remain blessed and good night. Bye bye.